Hey guys, this is Tauna. Today we're going to be talking about Judith Carnage Connoisseur, and I'm probably not going to call her that full name because I'm just going to call her Judith because I have really bad issues pronouncing that last word there. We're going to be talking about her because honestly, she looks like one of the funnest commanders that have been released in a bit, especially from MKM. I'm incredibly excited for her. She just looks awesome. So the way her ability works is whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you can choose one. You can either make the instant or sorcery have Death Touch and Lifelink, which is what is going to be insane. It's going to make everything, like so many spells, into just complete board wipes. And then on the other hand, if you don't want to do that, you can instead create a 2/2 red imp creature token with whenever it dies, you get to deal 2 damage to each opponent. Now, what is good about this is that you get to choose one or the other. So you can turn all of your burn spells or, your spells that are dealing damage into Death Touch and Lifelink ones, instantly making it so that you've got just a huge amount of health and just board wiping. Or you get to create the 2/2 red imp. So if you play like something that's buffing yourself up or card draw or anything like that, then instead you're just going to be able to create that imp, which is going to be a blocker, as well as it's going to deal damage whenever it dies. So there's lots of really great ways to be able to kind of build her up. A lot of really great red spells. And because of the fact that, some of the spells that you're going to be using with her are just very cheap, like just deal 1 damage to every creature or something like that, then you're not going to be able to you're not going to break your budget with her either. Now, before we get into it, make sure you do subscribe. We are so close to 900 subscribers. I can taste it. We're trying to hit 1,000 here. So if you can, subscribe, feel free. Watch our other videos as well. Check out especially the one that's the top 10 commander precons that are available right now. And you can if you want to get some precons, you can make the decision from there. So our first one we're going to look at here is End the Festivities. This is going to deal 1 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. This is instantly just going to wipe the floor with an opponent's creatures, like every opponent's creatures. It's a board wipe for 1 mana. It is a board wipe for 1 mana, and also you get to heal with it as well because of the fact that it's going to have lifelink. So if everyone's got 2 creatures out at a time, you're going to be dealing 6 damage out. You're going to heal up for 6 as well as just wipe their boards. We've got Blazing Volley, which is very similar. Just deal 1 damage to each creature. Again, another board wipe because it's going to have lifelink and Death Touch. We've got Grid's Belligerence. Wow, that's an annoying one. So this is going to be deal X damage divided as you choose about any number of target creatures. So that's great because it's going to make it so that, you're going to be able to just board wipe. But the better part about this is whenever a creature dealt damage this way dies, populate. So whenever you deal damage with it, it's got Death Touch. So then they're going to die. So then you get to populate. So you can take these little impy boys that she's creating and then just be able to, create X amount of them. So this might as well just read kill X targets and create X imps. As long as you've got 1 imp at the time. We've got Grapeshot, the card that gets broken in so many different ways, but it's going to have Storm here, plus deal 1 damage to any target. So from here, if you've casted a whole bunch of things beforehand, you then cast Grapeshot, and all of a sudden, boom, you're just going to be able to do another board wipe, and as well as heal up. We've got Mob Verdict here. So this one's hilarious because it's going to force everyone to make you draw cards, because if they don't make you draw cards, it's going to deal 2 damage to that player and each creature they control, which means that from there, you're then going to just board wipe them, or they're going to allow you to be able to draw a card. So this is like, draw 4 cards for 4 mana, which is incredibly efficient. Or someone's just going to have to take a board wipe, or they just don't have anything on the board, in which case it's still taking 2 damage. And you're healing up for each damage that it deals as well. We've got Electricity. So this is going to be a board wipe for 2 mana here because it's going to deal 1 damage to each target creature you don't control. For Overload, you pay the 2, and then all of a sudden it's going to, boom, just board wipe. We've got the Gut Shot here. This is just deal 1 damage to any target. So it's going to essentially pay for 1 cost for itself because you can pay like the Phyrexian mana for it. So it's going to be able to heal you up for 1, but as well as just kill something off. We've got Tectonic Hazard, as well as this is going to be really good to be able to use with Grapeshot to be able to make Grapeshot deal additional damage. We've got Tectonic Hazard, deal 1 damage to each opponent and each creature. Boom, board wipe for 1. We've got Oja Axonil, so this is getting into the stuff that we can use to be able to synergize with it. So Oja Axonil is going to make it so that all of our stuff that's dealing, you know, 1 damage to opponents is dealing 4 damage to them instead, which is really nice because a lot of them are like, you know, deal 1 damage to each opponent and each creature they control and stuff. Like, you know, where is it? Mob Verdict, for example, or End the Festivities. Both of them are dealing damage to the opponent and their creatures. This is making it so it's dealing 4 damage to that opponent, as well as, you know, the safety of that. We've got Mahadi Emporium Master. So this is going to make it so that for each creature that died, you create a treasure. Because of the fact that we've got so many board wipes out there, we're just going to be able to create 1,000,000 treasures from him. Magar the magic string. So this one I love. So you're going to create a 3/3 creature that is going to essentially, each time it deals damage to combat damage to a player, it's going to create a copy of the card with the noted name. So it's going to be able to basically cast the spell over and over again, which is bonkers. So, you know, each time you create an End the Festivities one, and then from there it deals combat damage and it gets to cast itself. It's insane. Insane. We've got Torwakwi the Younger. I probably butchered that. I apologize. If another source you control would deal non-combat damage to a player or permanent, it deals that 1/1. And then whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it's going to deal 2 damage to any target. So we can increase the amount of non-combat damage we're dealing with that. We've got Pestilent Spirit here. So worst case scenario, we've got Judith out and Judith dies. We've still got another way to make our instants and sorceries have death touch from here. We've got Yeheni the Undying Partisan. All our board wipes are going to put +1/+1 on him for each time it kills something. Exquisite Blood and Sanguine Blood to be able to create that infinite loop there and just to be able to like gain more and more life. And then finally, because we're in black, we can also add in stuff like Reanimate. So, you know, Judith is a little bit expensive here with 5 cost. We can add in like a Jessica's Will to make that a little bit easier to be able to hit and stuff. But from here with the Reanimate, we can bring her back. As well as the fact that Reanimate, we're going to be able to create the little Impy Soldier. But that's it for today, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think and how you're building Judith. If you want me to make a deck list, let me know. I hope you guys had a wonderful day and goodbye.